Loretta Alexander, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Now, I've been in this town for 18 years, and for 17 of those, I heard a lot of talk about Chamber of Commerce, but I never saw anything happen until you came down the pipe and Miss Hopkins came down the pipe. And now the Chamber of Commerce is alive and moving. Welcome and thank you, and please elaborate on what you're doing.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate this opportunity. I don't have a lot to say about what the Chamber was like before I became involved. In fact,
That's because you don't want to tell on them.
No. Because I had been an active member of the Chamber for many years. It's like anything else. Sometimes it's time for certain things to happen and sometimes it's not. I think this is just now our time because it fits in with everything else that's happening in this area. There are organizations that have come into being. There are people who have just made such great commitments to doing things to improve our community. And we just happen to be one of those. I'm grateful to, most of the people in here are dues paying members of the Chamber. And I want to thank each and every one of you for that. And that's made a difference, that people have pledged to do what they can, because it is a formidable job trying to deal with the economic development through local commerce. But this is a challenge we've decided to take on. And as Karen often says, I just want to see somebody get excited about economic development of our town. And I think we have a number of people who are at that point, and we are going to take advantage of it. In fact, one of the words I heard Joe mention many times during his interview was believe. We truly believe that we can make this town, this community, what it is we want it to be. We not only are dreaming, but we are working to make the dream become a reality. And if I could just say one thing, I would like to see us eliminate the term failed dreams and instead say we're still dreaming, but we're working to make the dream come true. Because I don't see anything that people work on to be a failure. The only failure I see is the failure to do anything. When I first got here this morning, for some reason, something kept coming into my mind and said, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Right. I believe that. And so anything that we have ventured to undertake, anything that we have dreamed to make become a reality, is a blessing. It's not a failure. And we build on those things that we found to be successful, and we'll continue to make our community what we want it to be.
What was your attitude when you first heard of the T-100 project?
Oh, I was ecstatic. I was so excited because for me, it was a dream come true. I've been in this community a long time, over 40 years. And I've often wondered, why is it we cannot move forward with so many people committed to moving forward? And then one day we were at a Chamber of Commerce meeting, and Dr. Elaine Harrington made a comment. Someone had mentioned something about a T-100 project. I didn't even know what that was at the time. And she asked that the Chamber of Commerce go on record as supporting the T-100. And we did that very evening in that meeting. It was very early on in the project. So the more information I received, the more involved the Chamber became, the more excited I became, and the more I believed that it was possible. I mean, I just truly believed until the announcement came out. I never thought otherwise. I never thought that it would not happen for us. But once it did, you would be surprised to know how many people came by the cleaner to say, oh, I know you are just so hurt, you are so... I said, no. Why would I be hurt? I was disappointed, like a lot of other people were. But I understand in business, everything that you desire to do and everything that you work on does not always come to fruition. That's right. But you just move to the next step. You just keep moving. and you don't get still. So yeah, I was very excited, and I was overwhelmed with having the opportunity to be involved on some level with the project. I got to know a lot more about this community and the people in this community. I love seeing people come into the cleaners and talk about their excitement and how they wished well for the project. It was a glorious, wonderful experience, and I'm so happy to have been a part of it.
For the TV audience, explain what the Chamber of Commerce is. What do you do?
As our name implies, we are interested in the commerce side. That's why I said 5 minutes would be enough. Because whether or not we're successful can be viewed by what you see. If we are successful in bringing commerce to this area, then that's what we do. We recruit, we try to get people to, a lot of people have dreams about businesses that they wish to operate. Things that they want to do to improve the economic conditions in our community. And I, as the president of the chamber, spent a lot of time talking to people, encouraging people. Those of you who have business ideas, those of you who have dreams of your own, let's make this city what we want it to be from the inside. It's okay for us to try to recruit businesses from the outside. But it's also okay for us to do what we can ourselves.
That's right.
That's what I preach. I'm proud that Joe.
You practice and preach.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that until we recognize that the future of our city, our cities, our towns, is in our hands. We can be what we want to be, but we have to commit to doing the work. And I'm proud to say that there are so many people I know who are doing the work. Everybody is not on TV. Everybody is not on the radio. Everybody's not in the newspaper. But that does not mean that there are not a lot of people who are doing what they can to improve commerce in this town. When I say this town, I'm basically talking about the area that make up the Tuskegee Area Chamber of Commerce. There's Shorter, there's Notasoga, there's Franklin, and there's Tuskegee. And we all have to learn, those of us who haven't learned the lessons yet, we have to learn to work together.
Yes.
We have to learn to be supportive. We have to learn to be proud of wherever accomplishments and achievements come from, whether they came from us or our neighborhood, wherever it comes from, we must be supportive and we must be proud. That's, to me, is one of the major jobs of the chamber. We've got to help people to come to the understanding that put your buckets down wherever you are. If you got a dream, if you know something that you think will make this city, this town, this area better, then go for it. The chamber will support you in every way that we can. We have people who come to us who just want us to help them with the ribbon cutting ceremony. Because for those of you who've ever been in business or know people who are in business, one of the most difficult things for a business person to do is to do everything that's required to do to be successful in business. You remember Charles Bell used to have this ad that I'm the janitor, I'm the salesperson, and that's true. In business, you must do everything. And so when the chamber is aware that you are trying to do something, we want to be there to support you. Karen and I have visited people who said that they had an idea they wanted to do, but they're so busy trying to get the business together, they don't have time to do the advertising. They don't have the time to do the ribbon cutting. They don't have the time to do all the other things that are required. We said, well, we can. We'll do it. We'll help you. So we employ. If your only reason for not doing something that you think would benefit this city, this town, this area, come to us and we'll help you. We'll support you.
You're willing to do anything you can to help the community. What do you need as an organizational president, the community to do to help the chamber?
Be honest with you, the community is doing its part. We get referrals all the time from people who say, I got a call one day from a person I didn't know who said that there's a guy over in Wetumpka, no, it was Tallahassee, who is interested in the restaurant business, but he doesn't know anybody in Tuskegee. Could y'all talk to him? We said, of course. The person came over, a member of our team, visited with him, took him around, showed him sites, found out what he was interested in, what he was trying to do, and we supported him in the way that we could. We often get requests like that. People come by to clean us all the time. I'm thinking of setting up a separate office. What a lot of people want to know is what is involved in getting in business. So you share, you talk to people, you just put your heart into trying to convince them that no matter how daunting it may appear to be, it is possible. You take the first step, and then everything falls into place, but you have to take the first step. I can encourage you, I can try to motivate you, but I can't do you. So this is what we want people in the community to be aware of. If you just need to get some support for what you're doing, if you need some encouragement for what you're doing, we can give you that, but you have to do the work.
Okay. I shouldn't have to ask you very many questions.
I'm sorry.
No, I loved it. And I thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to come over here. And in my little area, I will do all that I can do to promote the chamber and anything else that's happening in this city.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.